Hello my dear friends, subscribers, and everyone watching my channel. I'm really very happy you joined me today. I'm continuing to share my journey through Vietnam. And honestly, this is my very first visit to this country. And I have to say, I'm genuinely pleasantly surprised by the atmosphere, by the people, by the nature, and by how quickly this island is developing while still keeping its calm tropical feeling. In this video, I simply want to share my impressions, my emotions, and show you the real Phu Quoc exactly the way I see it myself. No staged scenes, no artificial picture, no overproduced travel content, just real island life, during the day, at night, in tourist areas, and in ordinary local neighborhoods. So get comfortable, relax, and let's take a journey together through one of the most interesting islands in modern Vietnam. Phu Quoc is one of those places that still feels a little unreal. You land here expecting another busy tropical island, another crowded resort destination. But after a few days, you start noticing something different. The island is developing fast, sometimes unbelievably fast, but at the same time it still keeps long, quiet roads, empty beaches, fishing villages, and entire areas where it feels like time slowed down years ago. This video was filmed in May, right at the beginning of the monsoon season. And if you have ever been to places like Phu Quoc during this time of year, you probably know how dramatic the weather can become. Huge waves, rough sea, dangerous currents, red warning flags everywhere. But Phu Quoc is different. The island sits in the Gulf of Thailand, and because of its geography, the sea here stays much calmer. Even during the rainy season, the water is usually peaceful enough for swimming, boat trips, and evening walks by the coast. And honestly, that changes the whole feeling of the island. During the day, Phu Quoc looks fun, colorful, almost cinematic. Small local markets open early in the morning. Fishermen return from the sea. Cafes slowly fill with tourists escaping the heat for an iced coffee or fresh seafood lunch. Scooters move through the streets non-stop. Cars, bicycles, delivery bikes, tiny electric shuttles. Somehow it all works together without feeling too chaotic. And yes, bicycles are still everywhere here, even in this tropical heat. Local residents still use them as everyday transport, especially in older neighborhoods and smaller streets away from the tourist zones. It gives the island a slower rhythm compared to many modern resort destinations in Southeast Asia. Then there are the traditional Vietnamese fishing boats. The colorful wooden boats you see in the harbor are often called gay by locals. Some are small family fishing boats. Others are larger wooden vessels used for transport and coastal fishing. At sunset, they create one of the most recognizable scenes on the island, rows of weathered blue and green boats floating on perfectly calm water, while the sky slowly turns orange. But what makes Phu Quoc really interesting is the contrast. One moment you're driving through quiet local streets with simple houses, roadside cafes, repair shops, and old fishing communities. 10 minutes later, you suddenly arrive in a completely different world: luxury resorts, massive entertainment complexes, designer hotels, beach clubs, modern marinas, European-style architecture, international restaurants, and perfectly organized tourist infrastructure. A lot of this development happened incredibly quickly. Over the last 10 years, Phu Quoc transformed from a relatively quiet island into one of Vietnam's biggest tourism projects. International investment came here fast. New roads, airports, ports, hotels, shopping areas, residential projects, the island keeps expanding almost every year. Vietnam itself is now one of the fastest growing economies in Southeast Asia, and Phu Quoc became one of the country's main tourism showcases. Millions of visitors arrive annually, especially from South Korea, China, Central Asia, and Europe. At the same time, compared to places like Phuket or Bali, the island still feels surprisingly uncrowded. That's probably one of the strangest things here. The infrastructure is already built for huge tourist numbers. Wide roads, giant hotels, modern beach areas, large entertainment spaces, everything looks ready for much bigger crowds. But many places still feel open, calm, almost unfinished in a good way. You can still find empty beaches, quiet coastal roads, and neighborhoods where the loudest sound at night is just the wind and distant scooters. And nighttime here changes the atmosphere completely. When evening comes, the tourist areas glow with lights, music, seafood restaurants, night markets, and bars near the coast. Streets fill with travelers searching for dinner, cocktails, souvenirs, or simply cooler air after the daytime heat. Fresh seafood sits on ice in front of restaurants. Giant crabs, shellfish, squid, lobster, sea urchins, everything looks more like a display than a normal dinner menu. But later, usually after midnight, the island becomes incredibly quiet. Tourists return to their hotels. Local residents head home. Entire streets suddenly empty out. Large resort districts that looked busy a few hours earlier become almost silent. And that silence feels unusual for a place developing this quickly. It's almost like Phu Quoc is still balancing between two identities. Part of the island already feels international and highly commercialized. Another part still feels local, simple, and untouched. You can still see old fishing culture here. You can still find traditional communities living just minutes away from luxury resorts worth millions of dollars. And maybe that balance is exactly why so many people become interested in this island now. Because once a destination becomes fully crowded, fully polished, fully commercialized, the original atmosphere usually disappears. Phu Quoc has not reached that point yet. It still feels like a place in transition. A place growing faster every year, but still keeping enough space, silence, and authenticity to feel real. And looking at the pace of development, the next 5 to 10 years here will probably change the island even more dramatically. New international flights continue opening. More investment keeps arriving. Large infrastructure projects are expanding every year. Tourism authorities clearly see Phu Quoc as one of Vietnam's future flagship destinations for international visitors. But for now, there is still this rare combination you do not often find any more modern comfort, without overwhelming crowds, tropical tourism without constant chaos, and development without completely erasing local life. That is probably the best way to describe Phu Quoc today. An island caught somewhere between a quiet fishing past and a very ambitious international future. All right, my dear friends. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this island through my eyes. And I especially want to mention that everything you see in this video was filmed in real life. Nothing here is staged. Nothing was artificially created for the camera. This is the real Vietnam, exactly the way it looks every single day. And there is still so much more ahead. New places, new videos, new stories, and even more real atmosphere of Asia without filters or artificial glamour. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video, and of course become a channel sponsor if you'd like to support my travels and future content. Thank you so much for your views, your support, and for traveling together with me. See you very soon in the next videos.
Go, 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 go.